Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to share a little bit about how we make poi for our family. You guys are live and direct. We are in Kahaluu Oahu. I think I'm gonna move this back just a hair. Oh, I think I still gotta raise them up just a bit. All right, well. Sorry, guys. Making this happen. Alright, how's about that? Alright, much better. I don't gotta lean down. Let me wash my hands again. Hand washing, keeping clean, super important. Also important to know that for countless generations, this particular recipe was made outside by our ancestors. Part of the environment should be in your family's poi, part of your aina. Hey, what's up, Don? Aloha from New Jersey. Aloha to you from Brother Daniel and Kahaluu and the family. Okay, so in this first step, you see me removing the skin of the taro. Kind of quite simply. And then after this, I'm going to go ahead and rinse it in this water here. And, you know, a lot of people, they have they're not exactly sure how poi is really made. They might be confused about the directions and the recipe for poi making, because it seems relatively simple. But a friend of mine, just last couple of days, shared with me something super profound. I asked her, if you could take the same ingredients, but by just cooking them differently, could you get a different product? And she laughed. Okay, this woman she's the head of a food institution. She laughed. She says, "Of course, Daniel. What do you think the difference is between baked potato and French fry?" So, that's a perfect. To me, that was the simplest analogy that I could share with everyone else out there. Is poi making is really based upon these ancient requirements that are associated with food preservation, that are associated with health of land, that are associated with health of family. In order to achieve that type of impact, what you're going to see is that this recipe is a very specific recipe. Now, after I've cleaned off all of the bits of skin thoroughly, I'm going to cut this taro in half. I'm going to show you guys something. Oh, actually, if you notice, the taro kind of smashed on the bottom because of the pressure that I was putting into it. But if we look in here, we're going to notice that there's a couple different colorations. Goes from a white to a pink on the outside. You can see those colors right there. So, this is all edible, but this is not actually the part that's used in poi making. What we're doing is I'm physically removing the sweet parts of the taro. And this is really important if you're making a dish that's designed to be naturally preserved without any refrigeration. Oftentimes people think I'm excessive with how much I cut off, but I want to remind all the viewers and anyone that should watch this video in the future that this stuff right here is my table taro. Which is, what that means is that's the taro components that I eat. Just like this, just taro scrapings. It's amazing. You add it to any dish. You saw how large that taro was, and look at what I got left. I got this tiny little piece left. And you would think, oh my God, why wouldn't you make the poi with all of that? Well, I'll use another analogy. Right, just imagine this is a ahi, a fish, and we're gonna make sashimi. The first thing that we have to do is we have to clean the fish, and take off the skin, and then we take off, pull out the head with the guts. Well, in the case of sashimi, sashimi is a grade of fish, a quality, is also a select cut. Well, if you're really eating poi is not the culmination of all of the different parts of the kalo compiled into a paste, and then water is mixed into it, and what you get is what you get, ole loa. You guys hear some pounding in the back? I don't know why my kids pounding back there. The door open, they're welcome to come outside. I think they just like to test the strength of the window. Well, so what I was basically alluding to is that as a food preservation recipe, as a sour... Yes, Viliami? What? You found Puea? Is he good? Is Puea good? Okay, perfect. One of my favorite parts of life is being able to stay home and farm and spend time with my children and watch them grow up. They drive you crazy, but they drive you crazy in such a beautiful way that you wake up looking forward to it the next day. Today happens to be beautiful Monday morning out here in Kahaluu Oahu. My name is Brother Daniel. I'm with the organization called Hui Aloha Aina Momona. You are watching this on the Mana Ai product page. This is actually not a Mana Ai advertisement in whatsoever way. This is how I clean taro and make food for my family. So this is a very intimate moment that I wanted to share with all you guys. And really break it down that, okay, yes, I'm in a poi pa'iai business. But here are some of my core beliefs, okay? 1. If you live in Hawaii and you are buying poi or pa'iai, that is the problem. So this is something that we all should be making. In fact, I want to encourage those people that do not live in Hawaii. Look, you guys, ku'i clubs have happened. California, Idaho, Boston, Massachusetts. You can ku'i anywhere you can get a board and stone. And when you buy Hawaiian grown taro, okay, it's better than buying Hawaiian Host macadamia nuts and these other types of products that don't actually reflect the needs of our aina. See, when you get fresh kalo, and fresh kalo can be shipped 2 days or less, but you don't want to be shipping it 5 days. 3 to 5 priority mail won't do you if you're gonna be shipping taro. But yes, you can ship taro for 2 days. It doesn't need any refrigeration. You want to harvest it a little differently when you ship it, and you definitely want to clean it. All taro that leaves Hawaii in the raw form needs to be inspected by the Department of Agriculture. Make sure there's no dirt, there's no bugs, there's none of that on the corn. As I was saying, when you buy kalo from Hawaii, you support a taro farmer. Supporting taro farmers is what we need most, okay? We say, what is the solution? It's not poi o pa'iai, it's people farming and using our important land and our water for make food. Everybody says nobody like farm taro. But I'm going to be as blunt as possible with all of you 50 viewers out there. Nobody wants to work hard for free. So it actually takes the community to value kalo, therefore valuing taro farmers, and actually paying a fair price. Look, if you're buying taro and it is ridiculous cheap, whoa, that's cool, son. And the taro is ridiculously cheap, they probably are not using sustainable agriculture practices. We need to, and we should be looking at supporting farmers that are going back to the aina. Yes, son.
I'm afraid like these ones.
For-
Like a little one.
Like a little one? Mean. Where'd you get that magazine from, boy?
In the house.
In the house? You want to say hi to everybody over here? There's all kind of people over here. I don't know where they're all from. Hey, what's up, Gina? Aloha, good morning. Hey, look, you guys, you get any questions? This is a Facebook Live. I can see all your questions. Ask away. My name is Daniel Anthony. I live out in Kahaluu, Hawaii, on the island of Oahu. I'm a full-time farmer, and this is one of my little munchkins over here. His name is Viliami Cho Flywan Bake Shaka. Yes, my brother. It is hard work, but guess what? So is anything else in life. The question is, if you are valued for the work that you do, and yes, there is a spiritual intrinsic value, and yes, there's this aloha aina value, but if at the end of the day you cannot pay your rent, you can be homeless. Yes. Will you eat that kind? Go watch your brother. I got a few more kalo here to clean this morning, guys. But, yeah, okay. Aloha. Who's this? Oh, aloha from Cali, Mississippi. Yes, Wailua. There we go. Chee-hoo. Okay, well, for all you Wailua folks, let's start a community ku'i in Wailua. For all you folks out in Waianae, you guys should be looking and supporting the folks that are getting together regularly to make poi, plant kalo, do all of these lovely things. Oh, Bree, Nani o Kauai. Yes, Kauai is very beautiful. Okay, on the topic of Kauai, this is why we need taro pounders on every single island. You guys, a majority of Kauai's taro is actually processed on Oahu. And so, I want you guys to really think about how come Kauai people buy taro, buy poi, they buy the poi, but the poi came from Oahu, from Kauai to Oahu, back to Kauai. How they gonna be the best poi that you can get, Kauai folks? But if you know Auntie Chris Kobayashi, right? If you know Hui Palama, if you get some hammers out there, going back old school farming organically. Okay, now, plenty of people get mad when I talk about chemical pesticides, but you know, when I was on Kauai, we did our last Mana'ai Papaku'iai workshop. We're in Hanapepe, and out of the 50 participants, 10 of them being youth, something was like 9 had birth defects. I was looking at my nephews and nieces with all kind of surgery marks in them. I wasn't disturbed. I was inspired to speak out about it. Alright, that was my phone ringing. I was inspired to come home and farm even harder. I was inspired to look at agriculture in a way that doesn't use any chemical, foreign oil derivatives in the agricultural process, doesn't use any foreign chemical contaminated byproducts. When you guys read what's actually in these fertilizers that are we're putting on our aina, when we look at the ingredients of glyphosate, look, mahi'ai kalo, if you're farming taro, if you wouldn't put what you're putting on your taro in your grandma's mouth and your baby's mouth, why are you putting them on your taro? I don't even know how to say them any more simple than that. Feed your aina what you like feed your grandma and what you like feed your babies. Because you feed them anything else and you're still feeding those things to your grandma and your babies, and we're wondering why we're not doing well. The kalo is a biosensor. It tells us about the health of our aina. When we got to put choke fertilizers on our kalo, we know our aina is not healthy. So I just want to encourage more of that knowledge out there. I want more people to be able to identify good quality taro. In order to do that, pounding is a great way to educate yourself about kalo. Alright, now, this is the other thing that I get. Everybody complain about time. See, there's no more time for do this. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Kalo going airport. Chee! I'm gonna read that comment because the thing went flash behind real quick over there. But basically, guys, it's like this. There is a fledgling organic taro industry that is waiting for more activated taro consumers. And as much as I'd love to sell you guys all pa'iai, by the way, you can go to mana'ai.com and order some fresh hand-pounded pa'iai shipped worldwide. Hint, hint.
Daddy.
Although I appreciate that.
Daddy.
Yes, son.
I'm going to Kahaluu Cafe.
You wanna go to Coco Head Cafe?
Yeah.
Okay. So funny. People calling me, and they don't know why I'm not answering, but when I'm cleaning taro, it's super hard to answer the phone. I wish I could just be like, Siri, answer Uncle Daniel's phone. And one day I'm sure it'll be like that. But today, you guys are watching the Mana'ai Pa'iai Facebook page. My name is Daniel Anthony. I'm cleaning taro for my family. I'm making poi so that my family can eat poi. Before we make 1 pound to ship anywhere in the world, we make sure that our umeke is full first. This is not a solution that I'm recommending because I read about it in a study. This is a solution that I'm living. And I want to share with you guys this solution because right now, over 1 million pounds of white rice is being imported into Hawaii every single day. Just in Hawaii alone, we could easily consume an additional 1 million pounds of kalo per day than what we are already consuming. The factors that hold that back include the subsidy of imported starch. So if you're watching this and you don't live in Hawaii, but you feel like it's important for kalo and poi to be more readily available, do me a favor, you guys. Ask your politicians where you live to help subsidize traditional Hawaiian taro farming. That is one of the solutions. Did you know that corn, wheat, rice, potatoes are all subsidized, right? So the price that we pay to farm them is not the actual price. The price that we pay to buy them is not the price that it costs to farm them. And so here in Hawaii, we have subsidized imported starch competing against our traditional food system, but our traditional food system has been broken because of basically foreign chemical agriculture. And you'd be like, no way, is Daniel. You come to my house in Kahaluu right now, I will show you what 70 years of chemical agriculture will do to some of the most abundant soils in the world. It's horrendous. I got basically a dry hard pan. If you guys know what an o'o is, it's a Hawaiian digging stick. I have an iron one. I pound them into the ground as hard as I can. I get like 3 inches. My friends come to my house. They pound them as hard as they can. They're only getting 2 inches. They're asking if get iron in my ground. I told them, yeah. I can also show you folks though what a sustainable lifestyle practice accumulates to when it is connected to an agriculture system. And that is what in Hawaii is going to be our solution when our lifestyle is connected to our agriculture system and our outputs become the inputs into the agriculture system and the agriculture outputs become the inputs into our food system. We need to break down the fears of using compost, human manure. We need to break them down using indigenous microorganisms, which guess what? We get. And we're masters of these indigenous microorganisms, and this is proven through la'au lapa'au, sour poi, and all of the different fermented aina-based remedies. I wish there was a la'au lapa'au for crying babies. You can hear a crying baby in the background. Basically, the baby is fine. But the baby is like, Daddy, I'm over here. Bebe, Daddy over here. Why you not come over here? Or what? Figure it out. Boom. Love my kids. The thing is, when you don't hear them crying is when you gotta worry, okay? When come all silent, boom, that's when you gotta tiptoe inside your house and you gotta look real good. Because you know, if they're like you, they're getting in trouble. I found that children that eat a traditional diet actually get in trouble less. And I can prove this, okay? You go give my kid one candy. Then you grab your video camera and you watch what happens next. I'm actually would be afraid for you because these kids eat so healthy that when you fire them up with any kind of little bit of sugar, they lose it. So to all you mom and dads that feed your kids, that send your kid to school on one Slurpee and on Spam Musubi, I'm scolding you right now, okay? You heard them from Uncle Daniel. Do not give your kids rubbish and then send them to school. You know it? Give them kalo. You see that right there? You want your kids to become hammers, healthy, long-term vision, connected to the aina. You see this right over here, you guys? This is how you connect to your aina. You open up your mouth. You grind them. You pound them. You mix them into poi. You feed your family for the whole week. This is the connection to the aina. But like all connections, you got to keep the connection clean. So part of that on the aina is chemical-free pesticides, fertilizers, okay, creating an environment of bounty. Then in the cooking practice, then in the cleaning practice, and then in the pounding practice, and then in the eating practice, each time you want to sort of withdraw the essence, the spiritual, physical, mental essence of purity that this particular food exudes. So check this out, guys. This is one perfect example. This is one beautifully sweet kalo, okay? This right over here, this taro is 100%, the term is ulika. Now everybody like to pound the ulika, but when you add this to your poi comes sour quickly. Although it's easy to pound, easy does not always mean better. So when I come across one like this bugger goes straight into the coin bucket. Why? Because I still gonna grind them. I'm not gonna waste. All right, let's see if we got any taro left. Boom, we got one last taro. At the end of this taro, I'm gonna take a few minutes break. I'm gonna probably have to change some diapers and make some food and pull some weeds and feed some animals. And then after that short time, I'll take a shower, clean up again, come back out and start to pound some taro. My name is Daniel Anthony. You are on the Mana'ai Pa'iai Facebook page, and today we are cleaning taro for our family to eat. Once again, back to first stage, just hemo the skin. Now, everybody wants to know if they should cook the taro with or without the skin. Well, when we look at the traditional recipes, essentially the skin is always used. Now, when you look at the microbial recipe, it's come to find out that the microbes that make the poi sour properly are actually found on the skin. And by removing the skin, you actually limit your ability to capture these microbes in a healthy environment. Basically what happens if you sterilize the taro is it becomes just microbe food. So any of the millions of different microbes could potentially latch onto that and consume it. When you cook it with the skin, the existing aina-based indigenous microbes are there. In the cleaning process, the microbes from the skin are transferred to the corn. During the pounding process, the starch in the middle of the corn is crushed, releasing, check this out guys, a complex sugar. This sugar actually turns to energy. And when it's consumed by these microbes during the souring process, okay, poi is a fermented food. If you ain't eating sour poi, you ain't eating poi. You're eating ground taro, you're eating pounded taro, right? It is after the souring process that the real transformation occurs. The transformation essentially is this. These aina-based microbes, ironically, are the same microbes that live in our digestional tract, our gut system. In our digestional tract, what is their job? Is to actually break down food to turn it into energy for our body. When consuming sour poi, it's already broken down into energy for your body. Therefore, it requires little to zero digestion. So if you have any what's up, Kainoa? You've been on my thoughts, bro, Mr. Kainoa Danes. I hope you are having a good day, my friend. So the idea is that if you have any type of stomach issues, you have acid reflux, you get sore stomach, you get gas, whatever it is, simply eating 1 cup of properly made poi, preferably made by you. Aloha kakaya kakainoa, bruh. I look forward to seeing you soon. I look forward maybe seeing you on my Aino over here. Chihu. Okay, 1 cup of properly made poi will alleviate all of these symptoms. Now, what I would suggest is 1 to 2 hours before the symptoms normally occur, if it occurs in conjunction with a certain time or certain eating habit, that you would consume this. That eating poi with every single meal is like taking the medicine before you need it. Now, I will say, when I use the term poi, I am naturally referring to the fermented byproduct of freshly hand-pounded taro. And for our family, how we ensure that it is fermented properly is that we have a bowl. It is our umeke kuma.
The orange one.
You like some of the orange one? Okay, wait. Let me grab it for you, okay, cuz I grab it for you. Wait, Bully Chan. Okay, you get these kids. Boom, they like eat that taro. So what you do, you just see them. See how that was right there? I told you guys we was gonna eat them. We're gonna eat them right now. You can grind them.
Careful, we have some.
Yeah. Here, I'll give you 2 pieces for you and your brother. You see that? We just went from 1 piece to 2 piece. Boom. Eat away, son. Okay. Hi guys, good morning. Are there any questions out there? You are live in Kahaluu Oahu. My name is Daniel Anthony. I'm a simple farmer. I'm a food maker. I'm a lover of the Aina. I'm a dad. I'm all around an okay type of guy. My emphasis and understanding is how do we regain health and well-being through food sovereignty and sustainability. Partly how I do it is I regularly clean taro and I make poi for my family. Poi making is an active part of our lifestyle. We try to make poi, well, here's the reality. You make it for when you need them. But you have to predict that you're going to need it in the future. Otherwise, you're eating it fresh. And as I previously stated, if you're eating it fresh, you're eating just grounded taro. Because poi is a fermented food. Don't forget who told you that, Uncle Daniel, okay? Alright, so here I am making the proper recipe, which is cleaning the taro down to the starch. The term for the starch is the i'o. Yeah, and if you go and you look up i'o, you will find that i'o has many different really important definitions associated with a sustainable pono Hawaiian culture and a practice that makes the world a better place. It's associated with the name of the starch of the taro. So go and look i'o up when you guys have a time. www.wehewehe.org. WEHE. It's a great way to get the Hawaiian language dictionary online. I wish I had it when I was going to school. I will also say that anything that I say here is my personal opinion, and that I am never always right. I'm mostly sometimes kind of right in an always wrong sort of matter. So anything I say, you should try them at home yourself, because that's why I ended up making poi in this fashion, because I was doing it and I read about a different way to do it, and I heard about a different way to do it, and I heard about being able to take it across the ocean on a canoe and all of these different things, but my poi was sour 2 days later. So if the poi is sour 2 days later, how can you take it across the ocean if the ocean is the most isolated destination on planet Earth? You gotta do them right. You gotta follow the right recipe. And it's all science-based. I've been getting more excited about being able to explain this in a way that people with PhDs can understand. At this time, they are helping to equip me with a better vocabulary in which I can share the power of this amazing food with you. If you are interested in making your own board and stone and getting on this, contact us. We have a regular poi board workshop out in Kahaluu. Generally, we run on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Saturday, Sunday by appointment. We also, you know, what we want to do is not waste our time. Everybody like make one board. Everybody like make one stone. Everybody is on a different island. If you live on one island and you like me come, no joke. I'm only interested in making 100 poi boards or more at a time. So if you want to make more than 100 poi boards at one time, that's what I'm about. I'm into 10-day workshops. Let's get everybody in the whole island, as many of your friends and family, fired up. Let's go down. Let's take the time to honor our natural resources. Let us harvest invasive tree. Let us convert that invasive tree into poi boards for the future generations. While we're doing that, let's plant some native trees. Let's open some taro patches. Let's use all the sawdust to feed our malas. You know, when I talk about a food system and I talk about the lifestyle associated with a sustainable food system, oftentimes I look at how our ancestors lived and how they were living in a way, a very simplistic way, was the most advanced form of sustainable technology available to Hawaii. And it was a technology that was employed from the mountain all the way into the sea. And from what I'm seeing now, it's actually atmospheric, that they were using the plants to change the atmosphere, to make this place more bountiful with water. They were using these taro patch systems to catch and collect water. The things that we're talking about needing to do on an individual basis in the case of an emergency was being practiced on a large scale basis, and a lot of it actually ties down to taro culture, ties into all of the most amazing parts of Hawaiian culture are actually some of the most sustainable parts. If you are practicing and living Hawaiian culture and it's not sustainable, we got to figure out how to change that. And that's the challenge that you and I have in this day and age, is how to look at these technologies, how to share them in a way that makes sense to how people interpret these technologies, to employ them in our household. Look, now talk about sustainability. If you're not in the sustainability game, if you're not actively pushing sustainability, no talk about kalo. If you're not farming taro, you're not making poi, you're not doing something with taro, then you're just yapping. And all of the makahana kaike types of things of our culture, if you're not doing them, there's no way that you can interpret how to do it through reading stuff. So, much love to all you guys. As soon as I start pounding this taro, I will turn the Facebook back on and we'll go for phase 2. We just cleaned a few taros, we just talked a few stories. I want to just send out global aloha to all you guys. If you are on planet Earth, we are connected!